metaphysical, paranormal. You know, all those things you've been wondering about. Are you ready to go deeper into the realms of the unknown? I hope you've got your walking shoes on, because life is an adventure, and this is the journey. Come on, let's go. Hello and welcome to the show, everyone. Hey, we're the She-Squatchers. I'm Jen, and that's Tammy.
Hey.
Jena was unable to join us tonight at the last minute, so we apologize. She says she misses you all and sends her love. As we send out.
We love you, Jena.
We love you, Jena. So you just get the two of us tonight.
Just the two of us.
Yes.
We can make it if we try. Oh, sorry. Carry on.
You are not Jena.
I am definitely not Jena. I can sing, but I can't sing like her.
Oh my gosh. She always says that my voice is like hers. And I'm like, even if that's true, I don't have what you have behind the microphone when it comes time to sing.
Right. She's got that vocal range.
She's got that confidence in knowing what to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
So here we go. Hi. Welcome to the chat. Thanks for being here, everybody.
Oh, Mark was here last time.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
I'm having trouble reading all this. Let me put my
Jim's camera at dawn.
Nice. Let's see. Ooh, a question. When do you get another original Bigfoot song? That's a good question. We actually we wrote 2 more songs. They are ready to go to record, but we need to get together with the band and the recording engineer to do that. And I'm not exactly sure when that's going to happen. But the songs that we've written are completely different genres of the one that we recorded already. So we've got like what do we call it? What is it? Well, there's one called Bigfoot Boogie, and it's a boogie song. And the other one, I don't even know what kind of genre it is, but there is a slight little bit of rap in it. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. It's going to be fun. It's going to be really fun. There's Tammy. Hi, Tammy.
Here I am. Hi, me.
Hi, Chew. Ooh, hello, Bigfoot Recon. Let's see. Paul's in the house. Hi, Paul.
Hello.
Yes, Jena has a very strong voice.
Mm-hmm.
Be jealous.
Great singer.
We are. Here's a question.
An ape cat? I've never even heard of an ape cat. Please tell me more.
An ape cat. That is an interesting idea. I know that there are talk of like Black Panthers in areas that aren't supposed to have them, but obviously do have them. Yeah. But there are also like creatures that are supposedly shapeshifters in some native folklore and native stories that are like there's the shape-shifting fabulous underwater Black Panther of the Ojibwe Nation.
Underwater Black Panther?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I asked because I know that in Mexico, the panthers will swim underwater into caves, and they live in the caves under the water.
Oh, really?
So it's an actual thing.
Very cool. Very cool.
And I've seen shadow panthers.
As I have seen a shadow panther, and it was in a tree that where the limb was right next to a power line. And I saw it out of the corner of my eye in North Dakota. So, but when you look directly at it, it wasn't there. So it was a peripheral vision thing that I could maintain. And I did take pictures of it. It was very interesting. I felt like it was feeding off of the power line and it was some type of paranormal creature. What do you think of those things, Tammy?
I think it's very possible. The one that, well, I've seen them twice. The first one was at night, and that thing was fast. I saw it with my naked eye. It wasn't even peripheral. It was like, whoosh. And then it would come back a few seconds later, whoo, closer, and then whoo, closer. And it was getting pretty close to me, and I was by myself, and I'm like, I've never, like face to face interacted with one of these. Do we want to do this right now? And I'm like, I think I'm going to go inside. The second time I saw it was broad daylight, walking across somebody's yard that I knew. And I asked them if they had noticed anything strange going on around there. And they said they did have some things happening, but they had not seen the shadow panther that I saw.
Gotcha. Let's see. Catching this for this first time. Well, thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. Well, hello there. Thanks for coming.
Whispering Portals, do you feel that Bigfoot is an alien?
If you lined up, I mean, I don't know what Tammy's answer to that question is, but if you lined up a gorilla, a Bigfoot, an orangutan, a chimpanzee, and a human on a skeletal chart of what that's supposed to represent, there's one creature on that chart that does not fit, and that's us. All the others have really long arms that would go way past their knees if they were standing upright. And we're the only one that doesn't have that. So we're the one that doesn't fit. I think we're the alien here, don't you? All of the Native, I'm part Native American, and so I'm going to bring that up all the time. But part of the Native American stories are that we come from the stars and that we were the last creature placed on this planet, and that all the other animals agreed to take care of us because we were the baby here. That's what a lot of the Native creation stories talk about, is that we were the last one put here. And a lot of the stories say that we come from the star people. So if you want to pick an alien, I pick us. That's what I have to say. What do you have to say, Tammy?
Do I think Bigfoot is an alien? I mean, define alien. I think they are interdimensional creatures. Do I think they live out in space on another planet? No. Do I think they exist in a different reality on this planet? Yes. Yes, I do. And not just this planet. I think that they're in an alternate dimension, and this planet is just some place that they go. I don't think that they live here full time. I don't think that they stay here full time. And I don't think that they die here if they can help it. That's what I think.
There you go. Steve, Mishu. Yes, that's the black underwater panther. Very good. I'm glad you knew that. Very good. Did you Google search that? Or did you know it? That's the question right there. Oh, let's see. The Wumpus Beast.
There's one I've heard of, but don't know much about.
Same. I'm really not ready to talk about that because I haven't looked into it enough to know about that. So we're happy to tell you, I don't know about that. So
I am more than willing to admit when I do not know something.
Don't know. Moving on.
Yep.
Hi, Joseph. Thanks for coming. Oh boy. Can't see it. Of all the places you've been doing research of Bigfoot, what is your favorite place to go to and why, and what state? Tammy, what's your favorite place?
My favorite place is the next place. Wherever we're going next is my favorite place because I can never get enough, and I always want to find the next adventure, the next best thing, the next, everything. I'm always up for adventure, so I don't have a favorite place that I have been. I only have a favorite place where I'm going next.
There you go. That's true for very much so. My favorite place. Oh my gosh. I've had so many amazing experiences that those places kind of stick in my mind. One is on my reservation, which is the Red Lake Nation of Chippewa Indians in northern Minnesota. That's one of my favorite places to go. But also Randy's place in Minnesota by Black Duck, where we filmed Searching for Sasquatch 10, the Minnesota Wars. That's one of my favorite places I frequent often. I was just talking to Randy today. He was out in the woods in the snow. So I was like, oh, wish I could be there with you. But yeah, I'm stuck here in the snow. We had a
I do love
snowstorm.
Randy's.
Huh?
I do love Randy's.
Yes. We've had some Class A sightings, multiple sightings on Randy's property. So it's definitely a place that I like to go back to. So that's in Minnesota. Oh, what does that say?
Ape cat is said to live in the Columbia Gorge in Washington State.
Huh. And so is that like an ape and a cat together? Like for real?
Post a 10-minute video on my channel about ape cat if you're ever bored and looking for something to check out.
We will have to check that out, Steve. Thanks so much.
I'm going to look for ape cats. Lyrian are feline alien races that shapeshift.
I've heard of that.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard of that. Are they like how tall are they? Do you know? And can they look like us? Do they look like us? Are they here? What do you think?
Are you an ape cat? I've seen a Black Panther twice. It may have been the same one. It was in the same place a year apart. Oh, it probably was the same one.
Yeah, it probably was. Hi, Cindy. How you doing?
Hi, Cindy. She's in Idaho. What's shaking?
Ah, you've taken a break from Texas, I see.
Mm-hmm. We're all aliens. That's why we have back problems.
That could be. You could be right about that.
It's a gravity thing.
Yes.
Cindy, yes, I see it all the time. Interdimensional. Oh, I should probably talk about the Shadow Panthers.
Okay, yeah.
We have reported Black Panther sightings, especially in Victoria, Australia, but right up the East Coast. Oh, you're in Australia. That's right. I'm so jealous. Well, it's getting ready to be winter there, though, and it's getting ready to be summer here. So
we want to do Australia at some point.
I would love to go to Australia.
We want to come down under.
Yeah. Do we now?
Oh, Tammy. Oh, Tammy.
You said it. All right. If Bigfoot is interdimensional, why don't they pop up in major large metropolitan areas like New York City? I mean, how do you know they don't? Just because nobody's reported it doesn't mean it hasn't happened.
I mean, I don't even want to go to New York City, so
I've been there several times.
Yeah.
It's not great.
Yeah.
It's a busy place. It's great if you're looking for that experience. I would love to go back to New York City at Christmas time to see the great big tree and the ice skating rink and all the decorations. I would like to do that, but it's definitely a metropolis area in general is not really my thing.
Me either. My backyard, cat people. Really?
Cat people?
Cat people?
Do we have pictures, videos, anything?
Yeah, I'd like to hear about that. Tell us more, Richard. All right. Was your last outing with Jason in Pennsylvania as dramatic as it seemed? Great documentary, by the way. It was. I'm going to take a wild guess here and say Tammy has not watched it yet.
Don't watch me. I was there. I mean, yes, I'd love to see how it all comes together, but I'm not like, ooh, my new movie's out.
So when we're with Jason and we're filming a spot, we're there 10 days to 2 weeks, we're filming. He's got 2 big, huge cameras that are the main cameras. And then everybody else has cameras and equipment that we're always filming something. At the end of the day, he takes everybody's stuff and he downloads it onto a memory stick that he takes home. And then he spends the winter editing them into documentaries that you see on TV. We don't get to see that documentary till it comes out like everybody else. So we never know what's going to make it in there and what's not going to make it in there because that's a lot of hours of information and things that could be in the documentary. And sometimes there's things that we think should have been in there that didn't get in there. Mm-hmm. But in the long run, I mean, it's fun to see how it all comes together. It was a very dramatic time, especially at the for me, it was especially at the railroad tracks. That
Oh,
was
that was
that was
amazing.
pretty intense. That was
Yes.
pretty intense. Definitely. If you haven't seen it yet, it is Searching for Sasquatch 14 Terror in the Woods. And I think it's on YouTube under a channel called Stash, I believe. It is going to be on Tubi at some point. But right now you can see it for free on that Stash channel on YouTube. It's Searching for Sasquatch 14 Terror in the Woods. And it was an intense, amazing time. We had a great time. What do you think of it, Tammy?
Yeah, that was the closest sighting that I've had yet of all of our Bigfoot sightings. It's only 15 feet away from me. I loved it. I would not mind going back to that area to see if we can have another interaction um, at some point. I think that we should think about revisiting it. But yeah, that was the most intense, amazing experience that I have ever had with Bigfoot. So I liked it. Good,
She
good
saw
place.
glowing, self-illuminating eyes, which I think is incredible. I wish I would have seen it.
It was so amazing. They're like, okay, I'll tell a story. Even though you guys have probably heard it before, for those who have not heard it, hello. Here's my story. We were in Pennsylvania, and we were at a railroad track, and we were getting out, and everybody's getting their stuff ready. But I had seen something on a map I wanted to check out real quick, so I like went on ahead of them, and I don't even know if I had a flashlight with me, but I had my phone, and I was walking, and I saw an animal. The tracks go down very, very sharply off the track, like the track is up here, and then it goes sharply down. So when I first saw it, I thought it was like a smaller animal because it was down low, and I saw these glowy, liquidy, amber, bust color yellow eyes. They were the most gorgeous thing I had ever seen in my entire life. And then it stood up on the tracks, and it was only like 15 feet away from me. And we stood there and stared at each other for a good 15 seconds anyway. And I was just so mesmerized by the beauty of these eyes that I never thought to say anything. And then all of a sudden he turns and whoop, he was gone. I was like, wait, I have questions. Come back. And, he was gone. But oh my God, those eyes, I will never forget those eyes as long as I live. They were absolutely beautiful.
Definitely. I recommend Pennsylvania. I loved that forest. There was just so much more to see there. I think we could have stayed there all summer and just
Yeah.
really dug in. I mean, if we didn't have to work and like do the thing like pay bills.
Right. If we had sponsors that paid us to do these kinds of things,
Yeah.
then we would be out in the field very often.
Really to understand that, I don't go on vacation. My time off from work is going bigfooting with the crew. I mean, that's what I choose to do. And so that's quite the commitment. So the people
I still
should.
make time for vacation. I got to scuba dive sometime.
Yes, you do. You do. Cindy's going to be going back to Texas. She just doesn't know when. Do you think Bigfoot can attach to you? And if so, is that a good or a bad thing?
Oh, I wish Jena was here.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just going to tell you that the first time that Jena and I found a den-like structure in northern Minnesota, when we went home, and the structure was very intricately built. It was huge. It was humongous. And the elders of the tribe believed, because it was on the reservation, that that was definitely built by Bigfoot. So that was what was believed to be true. Did we see Bigfoot make it? No, we didn't. But you just got to go with what you find and, the information that you can collect. And here's the thing. When we went home, we were doing our video chat, just Jena and I. And Tammy wasn't with us yet. So it was just Jena and I at that time. And we just started staring at each other. And we were chatting on Skype via our computers. And I was seeing on Jenna's shoulder like this. It looked like a Bigfoot, but it was just small, that like crawled up and was laying across her shoulder. And I'm just staring at it. And I'm like, what in the world? And she's just staring at me. And neither one of us are saying anything at all to each other for a long time. I don't even know how long it was, but it was a long time. And I generally don't tell the story because it's just so weird. I don't know what to think about it. But it did happen. So by the time one of us, I can't even remember which one of us said something first, but one of us said, I'm seeing what looks to be like a tiny little Bigfoot crawling up and laying on your shoulder. And the other one said, I'm seeing that too. We were seeing that on each other. And they were crawling up behind us and like just hanging on to us. So that must have been some type of energy attachment, checking us out. It wasn't a bad thing. It wasn't a bad thing for us. I thought it was really cool. And I mean, I don't know what Jena thinks about it, but I mean, nothing bad happened. So I don't know. I mean, I think it's a good thing for us. It was anyway.
Well, then, and also Jena seeing that Bigfoot come out of Tom Cantrell's forehead.
Yes, she did. And she tells that story, and I'll just tell it really quick. Or if you want to tell a story for her, do you want to tell her story?
What I remember of it, she just said that we were at dinner. It was a bunch of us at dinner, and she was sitting next to Tom talking, and that a Bigfoot leaned out of his forehead and looked at her, and she looked away and looked back because she thought that she was just seeing things, and it was still there, and it was leaning forward, and so that she could see it, and she got scared, and I must have picked up on the fact that she got scared because it pulled back into him, but she was looking around to see if anybody else had seen it, and nobody else was even paying attention, so nobody else saw it, but it was amazing for her.
I was sitting right there, but I was looking the other direction, talking to other people.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. And I think that happened because, Tom said that he would channel the Bigfoot, that he had a Bigfoot teacher that would talk through him and to him. And, being rational people, even though we're psychics and we believe in our own psychic abilities, sometimes it's hard for us to accept in our rational minds that that's happening to somebody else. So mm-hmm. I know she didn't really believe him at that time. And she says that she didn't believe him at that time. And I think that Bigfoot like leaned out of Tom to show her, hey, this is for real.
Yeah, he's not lying. I'm right here.
I think was going on there. That's what I think was going on. It freaked her out. It freaked her out really bad.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would freak anybody out.
Yep. So that's that story. So yeah, for sure. Let's see. Cindy had a trackway
by where she lives. Yeah. That didn't sound right. Oh, that's probably a reference to what we were saying.
Okay.
Some say ape cat is a mystical being like Mishipishu. Some say an escaped mutant panther from the nearby Hanford nuclear site. Some say alien. Some say paranormal. I'm very interested. Now I want to go. I want to go see. Let's go find the ape cat.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Oh, we'll be most welcome in Australia. Plenty to research down here. Yes, we've heard of the Yowie, but I'm sure there's lots of other creatures too.
Yeah. Where are we welcome?
Central Park.
Oh, that was probably about New York. Mm-hmm. Hello, Casey.
Hello, Danny.
Is that Dan Thompson? Danny! Hi, Danny. I went to high school with him. Hi, Danny. Oh. Thanks for tuning in.
Hi, Danny. I didn't go to high school with you.
Although he would have been in your grade. Okay. How do you guys feel about Manistee National Forest?
Where is that?
Oh, gosh, I'm getting them confused right now. Manistee is in Michigan. Michigan?
Is that where we were? No, we were in the Upper Peninsula.
Well, Jena and I were there last year. And that is the documentary that Jason is editing right now. He called me today to talk to me about that a little bit because he came across some footage of some eye shine. Whole bunch of eye shine. It's going to be in the new documentary that's coming out. He's editing it right now. And since he did say it on Facebook that we may or may not have found a giant nest on the ground. We found a giant nest on the ground. We hold back our evidence that we find when we're researching with Jason so that it can be in the documentary and everybody can see it for the first time in the documentary. So, we don't come out and show you like, look, look, look. We don't do that. So we wait and we wait. And it's hard. It's hard to not say anything about those things sometimes because we want to. We want to be like, oh my gosh, you got to hear about what we found or what happened. And we just don't. We just can't.
Sometimes it's really hard to keep our mouths shut.
But we're so good at it. I mean, we've been working with him for years now, and I have to give ourselves a little pat, pat, pat on the back because we have been doing a really good job at that, at being quiet and not sharing the things that have happened and letting the world see our adventure at the same time on the documentary instead of sharing in advance. Because then who would want to watch it?
Exactly. If you give it all away, no one's going to watch it. They already know what happens.
Right, right. Christina, hey, how you doing, girl? Thanks for coming.
Oh, geez. How many Bigfoots? Jen, how many Bigfoots have you seen and how many have I seen?
Oh my gosh. For sure. Like I've seen shadows moving a lot. Can I say for sure that they were Bigfoot? I can't. So I probably wouldn't count them, but if I did, that would be a lot. But if I can say the ones that I for sure think were Bigfoots for sure. Let's see, Randy's on the power line. And that was during the day out in the open. Randy's in the woods when I made eye contact with the Bigfoot when I felt like something was staring at me and it went and it jumped back and the tree started whipping and everybody else saw the trees whipping. Those times for sure. I can't think of. I mean, when we were in places before, I've seen and I've heard, like when we were walking at Randy's in the dark, out to our campsite, and I was in the back, I heard something walking behind me, and then I heard another something walking beside me, and I yelled up ahead that there's something following us to the behind and beside me, and Jason turned on the night vision camera and said, keep walking. And he just pointed it so that it was like filming me and what was around me. And he captured the eye shine of something following us. And I'm telling you right now, wild animals typically don't follow people in the woods.
Unless they're predators, yeah.
Right. They just don't. Mm-hmm. I mean, a deer's not going to follow us. A bear's not going to follow. I mean, and a bear has red eye shine anyway. It wasn't red eye shine. So,
right.
Whatever it was following us. So what I heard was really there. So that was pretty cool. Tammy, how many Bigfoots have you seen?
Well, don't forget about the Tennessee mountaintop footage.
Oh yeah, that wasn't like in the daytime. That was FLIR footage.
Mm-hmm. That was my first.
Go ahead and share about that, Tammy.
Okay. Well, we had been out earlier in the day. We were at an event, and Jena and I had gone out with the group to go and see one of the Bigfoot researchers' favorite spots, Matthew Delph of Micro. So we went with him and we were exploring and looking at his stuff. And I found a very cool X there that he had not seen before, but was very old. So it was been there. He just never went that way. But we had sent the coordinates to Jen to remote view. She hadn't been feeling well, so we made her stay at the hotel. And so she was remote viewing. And we went out to dinner. And she was showing us what she had remote viewed, and we decided that we were going to go back up there after we were done eating dinner. So we did, and it was on top of a mountain in Tennessee, and we had all of our equipment and everything, and we got to the spot, and Jen looked on the map one more time to see if we had signal, and we did, and she's like, there's one, and it's like 30 feet that way over there. And so I grabbed Jena's FLIR, which I had never used before, and turned it on and got out, and there it is, sitting. Well, I thought he was sitting up against a tree, but it turns out he was probably standing behind this rock ledge wall. But we had it on black hot. So skin and like rocks and things were black, but your hair was white. And this thing was completely white. And, I actually panned away and back a few times to make sure that it was actually there. And that's what I was catching. But yeah, it would look like it was working with its hands on something that was warm. So I thought maybe skinning an animal or something like that. But I was trying to record him and I couldn't find the record button because it was the first time I had used that thing. And I flipped through all the different settings for the heat signatures and everything and finally got it back to that. But this whole time he's like lounging and he's lifting his arm up and you can see all the hair hanging down off his arm. It was really long. And, I'm like, how do I get this to record? How do I get it to record? And I couldn't get it to record. And finally Jenna comes over and she hits the record button. We got 13 minutes of FLIR footage of this big cone-shaped head, no neck, broad shoulders, very big, hairy entity. For 13 minutes, sat there working with his hands. We are not quiet when we go out, ever. We make a lot of noise. We laugh. We have a good time. Whatever. We wear perfume. We wear hairspray. We don't try to mask our scent or anything. So we got out. Like we got all that footage on there, and you can see like people passing back and forth in front of the camera. You can see their hair white and their skin black. But we actually stopped recording before it went away. Like we're like, okay, we've been doing this for a long time. We passed it back and forth so everybody could see while we were recording it. And we finally were like, okay, that's enough footage. So we turned away and started looking at other things. And then when you turn back, it was gone. But 13 minutes of footage, not a blob squatch. We did have to have the footage stabilized because obviously I'm swinging it all over the place. But we had to stabilize and had different settings put on it, heat settings on it, so you could see different details on it. But yeah, it's on our website, and it was amazing. It was amazing.
It was.
Oh, but apart from that, I think I'm at 5 now. That one, and then the red-haired one at Randy's in the power line, the black-haired one at Randy's, the one in Pennsylvania, and then there was one other one I thought. Anyway, 4 or 5, somewhere in there. That's my answer to that.
Next questions. I see that Christine is asking if we think they're from a different planet. We did answer that earlier in the show. I don't think that they are. Tammy thinks maybe they're interdimensional, but still kind of from here, right?
Yeah, I don't think they reside in our physical plane, but they are in our universe. So,
yeah.
Want me to read that?
Yeah.
Have you heard this theory that how do you say that?
Anunnaki.
Anunnaki? Okay. Tinker with our DNA, but not all of us. Those not manipulated evolved in a Sasquatch, which is the natural evolution of Homo sapiens. So we are hybrids.
Yes, I have heard that many times, and that's the Sumerian tablets and whatnot were partially like a pictorial language, and when they talk about the creation of Adam, the first man, it literally looked like somebody holding a beaker in a laboratory. So the story was that they had taken their alien DNA and mixed it with some local ape-like creatures, almost, and to create a new race that was smarter, that was believed to be used to mine the gold that is on the planet, because they didn't want to do it themselves anymore. So they were creating what they called a slave race to mine the gold for them. I know that kind of hits funny when you hear it. It hit me funny when I first heard it. But I will say that the story also goes that they took some of them and gave them more alien DNA than others, and they were called the Shepherd Kings, and that they were supposed to be watching out and guiding the other workers. And therefore, that makes sense to me why the kings and the bloodlines would be like, keep the bloodline pure, because if you mixed with common folk, you were diluting that alien DNA and dumbing yourself down then, so to speak. That would make sense to me, I guess. So, I mean, I haven't heard about Bigfoot falling into that category at this time. I don't know. I don't know about that one, but um, I have always been intrigued with the Sumerian tablets and the telling of that story. What do you think, Tammy?
Um, I do believe that it is a high probability that we were placed here and that we do not come from here and that we are of alien DNA. Um, I'm not quite sure how Sasquatch ties into all of that. That Sasquatch is in my opinion, a much higher being spiritually than we are, and much higher connections than we are. I mean, even us as psychics, we have higher connections than a lot of people open themselves up to. But I believe that the Sasquatch are higher than us, more, even more than we are.
Very good.
A
Oh,
video of it on your channel, nice.
nice. Nice. Let's see. This was caught live on Facebook Friday night.
Oh
Interesting.
wow, where you live?
Where are you at?
Where are you at?
Hi, Tim.
Hello. I know I haven't played back on the game. Sorry, I've been busy.
Oh, are you playing games with Tim?
Hmm.
Okay.
Have you ever been paralleled while walking in the woods?
Yes.
Paralleled like somebody knock you over, or paralleled parallel universe?
So no, when they're walking next to you,
Oh,
like that's exactly what
you just
happened.
told that story.
I just told that story. So yeah, yes, and you probably typed that before I answered it, but yes, I
Hmm.
have, and Jason got the eye shine on video, so that was pretty cool. Let's see, that was Searching for Sasquatch 10, the Minnesota Wars. That one was in that documentary. If you haven't seen it yet,
I'm
um,
glad you keep track of all those. I don't even know which ones were in. I'm like 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 14. I have no idea. Go ask Jen.
we're in Searching for Sasquatch 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, the She-Squatchers documentary 14, and then we're in Paranormal Adventures 2 and 3. And we're in The Scariest Monsters in America on Tubi, which is a Tubi original. Yeah, so we've been in quite a few. And the new Michigan one's going to be coming out sometime soon. He's still editing it right now. So that's pretty cool. Let's see here. Greetings from fellow Squatch creatures. Yay. Hi, Andy. Let's see.
You've seen a thermal video of two Yowies in Queensland hinterland by Australian Yowie Research Channel. It would be great if you had Dean Harrison as an interview. The video is awesome. Do you know Dean Harrison? And can you hook us up? Can you connect us to him? Because we would love to have him on the show.
Yeah, for sure. Hook us up, Mark.
How old do you think Bigfoot gets?
How old is he? Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think? 100, maybe?
That's a good question. I mean, I guess we can speculate, but
I'll
we don't.
ask if I ever remember to keep my wits about me the next time I have an interaction.
And that's the thing. When you see them, all the other stuff goes out the door, and you're just like,
You're just in awe and living in the moment. So I
yeah,
need to tell myself before the next expedition that remember, it's okay. You can ask questions. We've seen them before. Okay, the newness is supposed to wear off, but it doesn't. Every time's amazing.
all right. Bigfoot Recon said Michigan. I'm not
Oh,
sure what that
he
was
was
in.
talking about that forest.
Okay. Okay.
That's my friend Glenn that I went to high school with.
Oh, hi, Glenn.
I see on History Channel. Do they really stink like they say? Have you two experienced this out in the field? Just curious. One time, I smelled something, but to me, it didn't smell like everybody says. It didn't smell like hot garbage. It smelled like earth and lake and fish. Is what it smelled like to me. And that was when we were in the UP when I was tracking with Adam Davies
Yes, and Robert Kreider.
and Robert Carter.
Yep.
And Jason Kinsey.
Yes.
That was
Good
our
job.
first expedition with him, wasn't it?
It was. It was.
Oh, that was so fun.
It was our first time with him. Yeah,
Yes,
we love Jason. Hi,
Jason's awesome.
Jason. He's out filming tonight, he said.
Who's
I
he
did
filming with? He's in
I did
Canada?
invite him I did invite him to come on and share the answer to the question that was asked last week of what kind of hair products does he use?
I know, I'm interested too. Now I'm like, wait a minute, I've never thought of it. And I've seen him, we've slept in the same households and the same campgrounds, and that's funny.
Sometimes in very small spaces we are cramped
Very
in.
small spaces.
Very small. There was one time the guys were supposed to be in a tent and the girls were supposed to be in the cabin, and we had this little like 10 by 12-foot cabin that really we needed because we needed electricity to charge the cameras and a safe place to keep those cameras that locked, right?
And it was cold.
And it was cold, and I brought my thermal quartz heater, right?
Hmm.
So that kept the cabin nice and warm for us girls. Well, then it rained so hard that all the tents that the guys were in got swamped out, and they ended up in the cabin with us, and it was just packed in there.
There was so many people in that little cabin. And that's when everybody but me got COVID.
That was Searching for Sasquatch 8, which I thought should have been called COVID something, the COVID
Yeah,
Chronicles. But,
the COVID Chronicles. But
but
I
yeah,
didn't get it because I slept up on the top bunk above everybody else. So while they
yep,
were all breathing each other's air, I was up above them. So I didn't get it.
yep, she was the
That
only
time. I
one.
have had it, but I didn't get it that time.
Yep, Searching for Sasquatch 8. Which one? What was it actually called?
It was Ohio Grassman.
Yes, Enter Ohio Grassman. Yep, that was an 8. But my alternate name for it was the COVID Chronicles.
Mhm.
That's a little fun fact of trivia for you. All right. Supposedly they're estimated to live to be about 200 years old. Well,
I will
that's an
ask them.
interesting idea. Let's find that out.
Yeah.
Hello, P Dog. If I,
Hola.
I'm gonna say I'm sorry if I'm reading things wrong because I'm not doing it with my glasses on, so I'm guessing at half the stuff I'm seeing here. Ah,
New ex-ed Neanderthals, but I'll read from a different planet.
mm,
Wait, what?
I'm not sure what you mean there, Christina. Yes, we are. I think we are from a different planet mixed with um, the indigenous creatures that were ape-like. I think that we are a hybridization of that. What do you think, Tammy?
I don't know. The jury is out on that one for me.
Okay. Can the origin of Bigfoot be the result of panspermia? I'm not sure. Tammy, do you have an idea?
We'll go with that.
We're not
We
sure.
don't know.
Okay.
We are open to learning anything, though.
All right. All right. Oh, it's 38 in Fairbanks, Alaska. It's 33 here in Moorhead, Minnesota, and we're in a snowstorm. Last I checked, we had almost 7.5 inches, and I'm sure it's a lot more than that now.
Really? Ew.
Yeah.
So glad I'm not there anymore. It's not warm. It's 58 here today, right now.
Mm-hmm. What is Ron saying
She the
here?
Squatch.
Squatch. Okay.
Okay.
Do you think that some Bigfoots follow you to different
Locations
locations?
that you go. I'm not sure. I don't think that anybody's following us per se.
No.
There's so many out there that no. I mean, maybe if we were maybe sorry, I just saw another thing. I'm like, what? Maybe if we were channeling like, Tom Cantrell, perhaps we would have one that stays with us or whatever, but no.
Let's see.
I wonder how you're not scared. Not much scares me, actually. There's very little that scares me. And if something scares me, I usually go do it, like swimming with sharks, because I was scared of sharks. So I like to conquer my fears. I don't like to be held back by them.
Just a little fun fact that I'll share that I don't think that I've shared much here on this platform is that in the 90s, I had severe panic disorder with agoraphobia, meaning I was scared to leave my house. Literally, it felt like a heart attack when I tried to leave the house, like hyperventilate. It felt like I was dying. I was sure I was dying. And it got so bad that I was stuck in my house for about 2 years. But I went and got some, what back then they called it behavior modification therapy, and they call it something different now. I'm not sure what they call it now, but I've heard that they call it something different. And I had to learn how to retrain my brain to not be afraid, to challenge those fears one by one. And it was hard. It was really hard. And I tell people that fear was so paralyzing. I literally had lost myself. Literally had lost myself. I was scared to like have anybody who knew me even see me because I was so embarrassed of the shell of the person that I had been. But I worked my way out of that by challenging those fears one by one. And it became like an automatic process for me that I was challenging fears. And it gets, fast forward to all these years later, and I'm in haunted houses and dealing with things that other people are scared of, like ghosts and demons and Bigfoots in the forest. And I'm like, maybe I should have been a little scared of that, but I wasn't. So I look back at where I was to where I am now, and I'm like, yeah, good stuff.
Yeah. A lot of things scared me, when I was little, but the more you're exposed to things, then you get desensitized to it. So things don't scare me anymore.
Right. All right. Oh.
Have you ever been creeped out by something in the woods that wasn't a Bigfoot? And what are your feelings about the Wendigo? You want to tell a Nebraska story, or should I?
You go for it, because I'm not sure. Oh, go. You tell the story. You should tell it.
All right. We were in Nebraska staying at this campground because you had to stay overnight in order to explore at night. And we were looking at some of the cave carvings and things like that were at this park, and looking for Bigfoot. But so we had been out looking, and were done investigating, and we went to this area, this picnic area, this campground, and I scanned, with the FLIR before we turned everything off. There was nothing there. So we're like, okay, cool. We turn everything off, pull our gear down. We're just sitting there recapping the night and sharing our experiences. And all of a sudden we hear, and I was like, we're like, what is that? And it happens again. And Jen's like, I think that's a big cat. And she's like, we need to get to the car. We should get to the car. And we're like, okay. So me and Jena get up and we hightail it to the car. And Jen's like, wait.
It was so muddy though.
It was wet muddy. I'm like, caked on our shoes so bad.
It was so bad. And your daughter Gabby was with us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there was 4. Oh my gosh, it was crazy. Yeah, I almost face planted strictly in that mud, trying to get away. They took off so fast. I was definitely the one left behind. Just saying. I have a healthy fear of cats, big cats. Just saying.
Red lips, both points.
Oh, our lipstick?
Mine's red. Yours is red too.
There you go.
200 years comes from a guy that asked them that. Oh, I would like to talk to this guy. Who is this guy?
Maybe we should ask Tom.
Yeah, Tom talks to him all the time. Outside of St. Louis on the Illinois side. Oh, where the thing was. Okay. I know we're outside of St. Louis on the Illinois side. Been there.
Richard, you are correct. I have seen all kinds of things about that, about how our human circadian rhythm is set to Mars, not Earth. Isn't that interesting?
That is very interesting, actually.
Yeah. So, yeah, I do think that maybe we did come from Mars, Hi, Larry.
Larry, hey. I've been watching your Facebook and seeing your new place. So I'm so happy for you.
I was excited for your new place too, Larry. Good job. Happy to see that. You got a nice new place there.
Lady Redhead. Yes, red lips. You're a perfect female Jokerette. Who's? I don't have red hair, so he must be talking about you.
I'm Jen, and that's Tammy.
Tammy. Jen.
Yes. A perfect female jokerette. Is
All
that a
right.
good thing? I'm
I
not
don't
sure.
know.
What is the plural for Bigfoot? Bigfoots or big feet or just Bigfoot?
I just say Bigfoot.
I think it could be Bigfoot or Bigfoots because I've heard Lauren Coleman call them Bigfoots at times.
Or you just change it to Sasquatches.
There you go. That could work too. I don't know if there's actually a science behind this, if they're in the dictionary or not. So,
Right? The Urban Dictionary, maybe. I didn't hypnotize you to get rid of what?
I'm not sure. It might be something that we were talking about earlier.
Probably.
Hmm?
No kitty ears.
Okay.
You got it? Or you want me to do it?
Go ahead.
What do you think of Bigfoot's ability to possibly cloak itself? There has been images of possible Bigfoot with LiDAR that was not seen with the naked eye or cameras. I think that's very true. I think they can cloak.
Tammy has seen a creature that cloaked like the Predator movie when she was a young kid. Do Bigfoots do that? I don't think that we know for sure, but we can guess that maybe they do. I've seen
Mm-hmm.
things on the reservation before I was ever looking for Bigfoot or interested in that. I would just take pictures because I was looking for little people. And sometimes I would see something large that looked like the Predator distortion from the movie by a tree, and then it wasn't there in the next picture. So, yeah, I don't know. Hello again, Larry.
Mm-hmm.
Says thanks. Um,
Who's back problems?
Back problems.
I don't know. I don't know how many conversations ago that was.
Yeah, regret.
Your red smile. We get banks.
Huh.
Okay.
All right.
71 in St. Louis.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, I was scared to get out of the house. It was crazy. Have you ever researched anywhere around the Mount Shasta area? No, but I want to.
Where's Mount
Definitely
Shasta?
Mount Shasta. It's down in the southwest, and it is believed to be like a portal area.
Hmm.
Lots of spiritual people will go there and have experiences.
Ooh.
Um, yeah, so
Where
definitely,
there's snow.
I'd love to check out Mount Shasta for sure. Um, you've seen what yourself, Larry? What did you see? Now we want to know.
Dun dun dun.
And that was the end. That was the end of.
Cliffhanger.
I didn't think we were going to get through all the comments, but we did.
No. Oh, the predator thing. I saw that when I was 4. Should I
What do
tell
you
that
think
story?
that was, Larry? What do you think that was?
Yeah. What did you think it was? That was my first. Well, probably not my first, but the first sighting that I remember of anything. Because I think I've been having experiences since I was born.
Mount Shasta is a treasure trove of weird things.
I want to go.
I want to go too. Them who, Larry? Do you think it's Bigfoot?
Oh, it's in California.
Yeah.
I really want to go. I haven't even been to California yet.
Ever?
No, and I've been so many places in this world, and I haven't been to California.
Before my dad was stationed in Virginia, he was stationed in Long Beach, California. So I spent some
Oh,
time out there.
I bet that was nice. What's better, East Coast, West Coast? What do you think?
No, I have to say that I like the East Coast better, but California wasn't as hot.
Yeah.
it can be really muggy in Virginia.
Yeah. Would you like to go to Land? Yes, I would love to go to Land Between the Lakes.
Now, we've been close to that. And I know that there's like dogman stuff going on there and like more aggressive creatures happening. But yeah, we would like to go. Well, there's nothing that we don't want to see, really.
Right. I've seen it too many times.
Do you think they're in a predator state when they're cloaking like that, Larry? What do you think? Are they
What
just
do you
hiding?
think it is, Larry?
He said them earlier.
Yeah. You think they're Bigfoot? Because that would be weird if that was a Bigfoot that I saw, because it was up in a tree and it was very much after me. Shasta is 4 hours from me. I haven't been to Oregon either. We need to go to Oregon. We need to go rent a convertible and drive from the top to the bottom of the West Coast in our convertible.
Oh yeah, for sure. Okay, Bigfoot, Recon, if you have to go, thanks for tuning in.
All right.
See you next time.
You ever watch
Ancient Aliens? They've done some really good stories about Mount Shasta. Yes, I do watch Ancient Aliens on occasion. I can't specifically say that I've seen one on Mount Shasta. I do know some people who have spent some time on Mount Shasta, so that's how I knew about that. But I'd love to see the episodes they've done on Mount Shasta for sure. Larry does think it was Bigfoot, the cloaking thing that he saw. He says he'll meet up with us if we go.
All right.
Yeah.
We will let you know.
For sure. Let's see. It's the same.
If you ever get the chance, Ohiopyle State Park on the Chestnut Ridge is crazy active. Great place to research.
Ohiopyle. That must be in Ohio.
I'm guessing.
Fun. Yes.
They did a study on Sasquatch hair. It's hollow.
Yep. The medulla, or is it called the medulla?
I believe so.
It is hollow, so it's easier to identify under a microscope.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
South Roxana. Okay. Yeah, I post the link to the short version. Yes, I will click on it later.
Can you post that in the actual comments after the show? Because I think we have trouble accessing the live chat after the show. So if you post it in an actual comment on the show, then we'll be able to go back and watch it. I'd appreciate that very much. Thank you so much.
That would be amazing. On our YouTube lives.
Yes, but under just the comments, not on the chat.
Yeah, Larry, we'll definitely, if we get to go out there, we'll definitely let you know. Absolutely.
Okay, so we're talking about the Ohiopyle State Park, and apparently it's in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Which makes sense because they're right next to it. It's
right next to it, yeah.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania, Cape Breton, and Sydney. I want to go to Sydney.
Mm-hmm. Everybody's chiming in. It's in Pennsylvania. We got it.
Go to all those places. All the places. The answer is yes. I want to go.
Other show, please. What do you mean?
After the show.
Okay. See, that's me not being able to see very well without my readers.
That's why I'm here. Not that I can see better than you. I can just see better up close because I don't have my contacts in.
Yes, for sure. So anyway, this has been fun. Thank you for all your questions, everybody, and thanks for joining us tonight. Again, we're sorry Jena couldn't be with us. We told her story for her. But yeah, for sure. I'm glad that everybody came in and asked their questions tonight. Is there any other topics that you would like us to cover in future shows? Because we could do just about anything. We're all psychic mediums. We could talk about just about any subject you'd want to talk about.
Absolutely.
Paranormal, ghosts, demons, entities, whatever you want.
All the things.
All the things.
She is missed. We will definitely tell her.
Absolutely. I'm going to put that up just so she can see it because I know she's going to watch the show.
She's watching right now. We love you, Jena.
We love you, Jena.
I believe in Westmoreland County. Okay.
All right.
State Park.
Oh, he's talking about Ohio pile. Yep.
Ohio pile.
Whoever was in charge of naming it missed the state line.
Yeah. Or maybe they just moved the state line afterwards.
That could be. We're coming up on 10 o'clock. You know what that means.
The show's over.
The show's over.
See you guys next time. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. It was so good to see you and answer your questions and hang out with us. Thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. Love you. And we'll see you next time.